Everybody, Madeline Parker here to talk about today's astrology, and it is extremely fascinating because we do really see some major things happening in the world. And basically, we're about to see a collapse of the old structures. It's nothing to be afraid of because we're being protected here by this Uranian trine to Pluto. And Pluto is in its last little month here of going into Capricorn, and it's in retrograde currently, and it'll start going direct in a few days. I think on the 9th, I think. Wait, let's get to that day. Let's find out when it goes direct. So we're going to see quite a shift in the energies when that station's direct. So basically, yeah, that's on the 12th. So basically, what's happening is we have this 240-year cycle, 50-year cycle where Pluto goes into the sign of Capricorn and reveals basically what Pluto does is a death and rebirth planet. Is a destruction. It causes destruction for the good though, because it's sort of like if you use the metaphor of a house, you have a floorboard and you pull it up and you find a rotten structure underneath it. Well, Pluto comes in and shows you that structure needs to be redone before the whole house comes down, as it were. So structure. So we're revealing. So what is Capricorn? Capricorn is the government, the structures, so social structures, basically, and basically Pluto being there for another month is going to reveal all the rotten, corrupt structure that is coming down, basically. Now, with the Uranian trine to this Pluto going on here, which is going to be happening pretty much all year because they're both kind of going back and forth and forth. They're going to be meeting each other for a good year, protecting, liberating, making sure that this information comes out so that we can be liberated, so that we can start when Pluto moves into your Aquarius, which is what Uranus rules. We're going to start rebuilding the new structure that is very supportive to society and to the social humanity and a new structure that supports humanity for another 250 years, because this is a 250-year cycle. This happens. The structure of society rots every 250 years. So it needs to come down, and then a new structure is built when Pluto goes into death and rebirth energy, goes into the sign of Aquarius, which is the structures for the people, is then now initiated. Now, there's already a structure because Pluto went into Aquarius already, so it's already empowering the people enough to start new structure so that when this collapses, it falls on the new structure. It's sort of like going under an old house and building a new structure and then taking the old structure away, and then the house stays. So that's kind of how it's going to work. So when Pluto goes into the sign of Aquarius mid-November, after Pluto and Mars have opposed each other early November, where we are going to see some social unrest and some, rebellion, and basically the power gets restored to the people here. And it's going to work out because we've got the Uranus rules the collective, the people, liberation, and it's making a very positive aspect to it. So all the reveals that are coming out right now are for support for them in order to instigate a new structure to be built that will sustain society, that is a sound structure that sustains and holds society for another 250-year cycle. In our personal lives, we're going to see some kind of rotted, the last of this journey, because we've had Pluto in this house for a good 14, 15, 16, 20 years, about 20 years. And it revealed what it was in our own life, how we were structuring ourselves that was rotting and taking our power away and not sustainable for another, our next 30-year cycle that we're entering in personally. So we're going to have a whole new, this is the last month of an old way, or revealing an old way of operating in a structure in our lives that basically coming down, that's rotted. And that becomes very clear how we're going to rebuild a new structure for our own. In other words, there's a death and rebirth in whatever house Pluto is in. And the new way for that house, we're going to start seeing a new structure forming in that house for us that will sustain us for a good 30 years. All right, that is information about the Pluto and Uranian energy. That is why we're seeing all this reveal. These things are coming down in this last month. We're going to see a big fall down, a big shakeup of the old structures that are not sustainable to humanity, that are corrupt. And, humanity wins, basically. That the power is restored to balance. It will be. There's no doubt, because we're entering in the age of Aquarius. So hold on. Try not to get pulled into any the social divide. That's going to be the test here, because when Mars goes across Pluto, we're going to be emotional. There's going to be uproars. This is a real, and it's going against the corruption. So it's positive for the people and us, and in our personal lives, it's restoring our sovereignty, where we have given our power away to that Capricorn part of our house. All right. I hope that was helpful, and see you again soon. Namaste.